Hey everyone, Coach Dave March here. I have another article here for you today, and this one is called My Journey from Idealism to Realism. Generally, I'm a positive and optimistic person, tending to look at things ideally. This is more than just positive thinking. Being an idealist shaped the way I approach my career and what my journey looked like. It isn't unique to me though. A new consciousness of value, beginning in all areas of the free market, is starting to come alive. You can see it in the way we eat, drink, and live. People are starting to believe in a better way. On the flip side, let's think about McDonald's, with their iconic sign declaring that over 100 billion people have been served. McDonald's is the epitome of a giant corporation focused on quantity rather than the value of their product. It's all about how many products can we sell and how can we sell more, and how can we extend our reach. This is prevalent in the major industries. The key point is a focus on mass production. When we turn back to the concept of idealism, we see that there has been emergence businesses that are following a different path. Quality over quantity. There are the people who believe in a better way and are working to make it a reality. Instead of thinking about how much beer they could sell, microbreweries are merged out of wanting to create the ideal beer. Small local bakeries grew out of the same thought processes about pastries, bread, and cakes. What about making the most nutritious and delicious foods? Farm-to-table restaurants have that covered. The cultural answer to modern-day industrialism is the small quantity, high-quality approach. These artisans make their products in small batches, with more attention to detail, watching the brewing temperature, adding a teaspoon of spice here and there, changing the entire pastry if they need, really focusing on all the variables that add up to a delicious food or beverage. They are different because they hone their efforts and master their crafts. Thus, the artisanal movement is born. My journey into idealism going through high school, I found that the public school system followed the same industrious mass production, mass quantity mindset. There wasn't any proper guidance for students because the counselors were overworked, working at a ratio of 300 students to one counselor. High schools are just not equipped to giving individualized one-on-one coaching. All faculty members would ask of you was what college you're going to do, what courses are you looking to take, what's your course load, and how does that affect your college major. Everything was designed to shuttle you into college. In the same way, college was another assembly towards a major and eventually a career. My experience with the coursework of psychology classes was seemingly unconnected to what I wanted to do. I found it to be focused on neuroscience, the anatomy of the chemistry of the brain, biology, and genetics. I was more interested in the things like the placebo effect, theories of mind, a practical understanding about what makes people happy, the tenacity and strength of the human spirit, and personality types, and how they affect our everyday decision making. My educational experience was like so many other things in America, based on quantity. So I made the conscious decision to shift that thinking within myself and work to change it wherever I could. I wanted to help those in need of career guidance, those who, like me, felt like they were on the assembly line to a future in which we had little choice. I began with my own career. What would my ideal career look like? I knew I wanted to be the best at what I did and help others do the same. I wanted to truly be like the artisanal craft beer or the artisanal craft thinking. From this point, I looked at my experiences and discovered I could provide individuals with guidance on their ideal career path. I could become a career coach. To educate myself on the field, I studied the background of Joseph Campbell by reading The Hero's Journey and The Power of Myth. The book consisted of interviews with Joseph Campbell that were conducted while he was a lead story consultant for George Lucas on the set of Star Wars. I learned about passion, purpose, and strategy from books like Joseph Campbell. He had books like Pathways to Bliss. I learned about passion, purpose, and strategy from the following books: Joseph Campbell's Pathway to Bliss, Thomas Cleary's Samurai Wisdom, Lessons from Japan's Warrior Culture, and Sun Tzu's The Art of War. Through these works, I also became engaged in Eastern philosophy and Buddhism. I then jumped into personality types through Carl Jung's books on the undiscovered self and psychological type. The personality type rabbit hole eventually led me to becoming a personality practitioner of the Myers-Briggs, and later on to enroll an extensive year-long coaching program by IPEC. After that, I attended Tony Robbins' Unleash the Power Within. After engaging in such a broad range of research, I decided to write a book about my findings. That undertaking gave me a huge amount of insight into the struggles we all go through, especially when transitioning to a new career or taking a risk on something we're passionate about. How is my experience valuable and how can it be used to help others? Throughout my journey, I learned a lot of lessons, and above all else, I came away with an understanding of how to deal with the ups and downs of searching for your ideal position, while maintaining a steady job and a positive outlook. Juxtaposing the optimistic with the realistic scenarios in my mind helps me maintain a healthy outlook on a situation. This process fuels the middle ground mindset that is necessary for strategic thinking and ultimately your success. In my field, the heart is the most important, the emotions behind what we do and the decisions we make. My studies in Eastern philosophy alongside traditional Western philosophy helped round out my worldview. I could see a more complete picture of how things work together and how it fits into the grand scheme of a vision. I currently work in the staffing industry as a generalist, so I get to know and understand many different types of positions and how they function in the real world. I get to hear the struggles from both sides, the employer and employee. I have a complete understanding of what makes a good career and which types of careers work best with which personalities. Just like I did with my own career, I can distill down the variables in your own life, and together we can create a map for your future to guide you in the direction of your dreams. In working with me, you'll learn from my own mistakes, gain a better understanding of your strengths and weaknesses of your personality, and discover your true path for life.